The Batman, The Northman, and Black Panther are some of my favorite films in recent times, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how these three films explore a common theme in their own unique ways. The theme being how sons who idolize their fathers end up facing the consequences of their mistakes. Let's talk about how the Batman explores this theme. Throughout the film, Bruce is of the belief that Batman must strictly remain as a fearful figure, a symbol of vengeance. He idolizes his father Thomas Wayne as a Boy Scout who could do no wrong, and this obviously means a lot to him because his parents' death is what pushed him to don the cape and cowl. Bruce looks up to Thomas as a symbol of justice in Gotham, that is, until the Riddler comes into the picture. Bruce's father's importance is made clear as our characters realize that the primary reason for Gotham's corruption stems from the renewal left by Wayne after his death. When Riddler reveals to Bruce that his father wasn't the man he thought he was, and how Wayne was responsible for the assassination of a journalist having family secrets, it shocks Bruce to his core and leads him to question everything. Bruce, being an active protagonist, starts to seek the truth behind this revelation and comes to the conclusion that his father was a good man who was willing to get his hands dirty to do what he believed was right. The sins of the father are followed onto the son as the negative effects of the renewal had traumatized a young Riddler, and this results in him lashing back out at the Gotham that mistreated him. With this, Batman's conflict now becomes entirely personal as he now has to fix his father's mistakes, and this also eventually aids in Bruce's character arc of going from a symbol of vengeance to a symbol of hope. But the Northman, however, approaches this in a slightly different manner. Our protagonist Amleth had witnessed his father's death by the hand of his uncle who took over the kingdom. The opening of the movie shows us the world and the characters from a young Amlet's perspective, so we see his father, how he sees his father, as a loving and powerful king. But that is until he is killed in front of Amlet. This traumatic event defines Amlet's journey as he holds his anger within himself for years. He had sworn an oath to rescue his mother and kill his uncle, and this rage, this need for vengeance, drives Amlet. Later on in the film, when he reveals himself to his mother, he has to face the truth about his father not being the man that he had idolized. Turns out his mother had never loved his father and was actually happy where she was with his uncle. Now, this should have been an indication for Amlet to stop, as his vengeance was now pointless, and his belief that he felt so strongly about was a lie. But the film follows a somewhat negative change arc. Amalith had fallen so deep into the pit of anger and hatred that instead of changing for the better, he chooses to abandon his wife and soon to be child to kill his uncle. Amalith was so driven that he kept going despite his motive proving to be false. He had the opportunity to let go of his past and focus on the future with his pregnant wife and could have had a family, but instead he leaves them. Now, it isn't a completely selfish decision on his part because through his choice, he ends the cycle of violence and revenge and prevents his family from falling victim to that cycle. But as a consequence of his actions, he finally achieves his goal and kills his uncle, but also, unfortunately, ends up losing his own life in the process. Amlet's idolization leads to his own demise. Meanwhile, Black Panther explores another type of arc regarding this theme. Our protagonist T'Challa loved and idolized his father T'Chaka as a great king of Wakanda, and throughout the film we see how he struggles to fill his father's shoes as the mantle of king. The events of the film challenges T'Challa and forces him to question whether he is a good king. But similar to the Batman, the antagonist of the film Killmonger reveals to T'Challa that his father had abandoned him as a child, and that was the result of T'Chaka's mistake of keeping Wakanda hidden from the rest of the world. Throughout generations, it was every king's duty to keep Wakanda hidden, but T'Challa has to struggle to adapt to this age-old mindset. He begins to see the error in this way of ruling and realizes that his father wasn't such a perfect man and king as he thought to be.
You were wrong to abandon him. All of you are wrong! To turn your backs on the rest of the world! We let the fear of our discovery stop us from doing what is right. No more.
Because of T'Chaka's mistake, which was a choice he made from his pre-established beliefs, T'Challa now has to face the aftermath in the form of Killmonger, who now threatens Wakanda. Unlike The Northman, where Amulet follows a negative change arc where a character ignores the truth and continues to believe the lie, T'Challa, on the other hand, follows a positive change arc where he is revealed to the truth and chooses to mend his ways by rejecting the lie and adopting the truth by acknowledging that his ancestors' methods were indeed wrong and that it is now his responsibility as a king to fix things. T'Challa's idolization leads to his personal growth. So, this is how the Batman, the Northman, and Black Panther tackle the theme of idolizing fathers and how it affects the main characters in their journey. I hope you enjoyed the video. I thought this was a pretty interesting topic for a video essay. Like, share, and subscribe. You know the drill. Comment below on your thoughts about this video. And if you just have anything to say, again, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Have a great day.